We've waited a long time. It's Dmitry B. It's no. This bout, we've waited a long time. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. He threw a punch and just got countered. And that hook misses. Beautiful counter punch. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punching. And they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Missing with the hook. Looking to land the hook. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Talk about a one-sided. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
And he scores with the counter. That counter shot lands. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Missing with the hook. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Now they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. You know that bell was on to the third. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
It What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He misses with that straight left. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Bivol in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this. Back at it in round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. They exchange punches. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Oh, and Joe Calzaghe just took a heavy shot. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. Nice counter shot. A perfect counter lands. You'd like to see more jabs. Failing to score with that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there, because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Stamina is off. Dmitry Bivol goes down. And as we see it again, there's no way.
1, 2, 3.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Catch and shoot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. The Pride of Wales in some real trouble. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big... Here's the bell to start round 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Swing and a miss with the hook. They threw the hook. It didn't land. And that left hook doesn't find its target. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work. And there's the bell for round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Holding nothing back here in the round. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Incredible work rate. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Calzaghe in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot of...
And there's the bell for round 8. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Good counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown.
Whoa, Johnny! Can you believe this? Joe Calzaghe in some serious trouble. Joe Calzaghe is on the canvas. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you continue.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. So the judges can't make up their mind. No one wins, no one loses. This fight ends in a draw.
You know what? That's fair. And for the fans, I feel